Dear spectators, dear friends, it's a privilege to be here today to continue with our research on the first Cameroonian-born bishop from Africa in the United States, Bishop Jerome Frederick. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for having accepted my invitation.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. So I'm here today with three distinguished persons. You have Mrs. Patricia Griffith.
Yes.
You have Deacon Denis Griffith. I would like to let you know that Mrs. Patricia is the wife of Deacon Denis Griffith, who is a permanent deacon. Then we have here Mr. Masford Christmas. A pleasure to meet you today.
Thank you. All mine.
Thank you all of you for accepting my invitation.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Could each of you tell me a bit about yourselves in summary? Let's begin with the deacon.
Oh, okay. I've been a deacon from 2002.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2002. So that's my 19th year now. And
Congratulations.
my wife took the same training that I did.
Oh, did you see?
Well, I have been a principal and a professor
Okay.
of education. I was the associate dean
Yes.
and a full professor of education. So I got my doctoral degree from the University of Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, and I retired as a full-time professor in 2017.
Okay.
2017. And I have been at the church as the administrator from 2019,
I see.
when I was called by Father Mike
Yes.
to assist him to be the administrator.
Now Monsignor Mike.
Monsieur Mike, yes.
I had the privilege of interviewing him yesterday.
Yes, he's a God. Yes. And then, when the bishop was the Monsignor,
Yes.
he and the Cardinal, when,
Cardinal Gregory.
yes,
Of
Cardinal
Washington.
Gregory, yes, they appointed me as the administrator.
Of that parish.
Yes, because there's a little difference.
Yes, there is.
You are the parochial administrator and you are the diocesan administrator. So the two of them appointed as the diocesan administrator.
Okay.
So now, when Father Louis was appointed as the pastor,
Okay.
the diocesan administrator's position
Yeah.
ceased to exist
Immediately.
And then I said, okay, time for me to go again.
Okay.
But Father Louis said, okay, look your kids back, go right back to your office.
Okay.
So I became the parochial vicar again up to now.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank
So
you.
I'm so impressed you've had a lot of pastoral experience.
Yes.
What about you, Mrs. Patricia Patty?
Yes.
May I call you Patty?
Pat. For
Okay,
short.
Pat.
Yes. Okay, as you know, I'm married, that's my husband,
Okay.
Deacon Denis Griffith. I'm a mother of 5 beautiful kids. They're big people now.
Congratulations.
Well grown up, and I have 8 grands.
Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I was a teacher for the past 30 plus years.
Okay. Any specific subject?
I taught 6th graders, 4th graders, 2nd graders, and during the later years of my teaching career, I became a math teacher, like a coach, we call it a math coach. So I was more dealing with the teachers,
Okay.
and on the part-time level with the students, those that had difficulty with math.
Okay.
So I retired in the year 2016.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm strictly at home now and assisting in the church in different variety ways. The
That's
prayer
exactly
group,
what I mean.
yes,
Prayer
Yeah.
groups.
prayer groups. I have a prayer group I call the Family of Faith Prayer Group
Okay.
that we meet. I also am the minister for the Secular Franciscan Order.
Okay.
Yes, so and I also assist the church, St. Anne's Church.
Okay. Well, you're very involved in the church. That's great.
But I enjoy being home. I love my home.
Okay.
I love my church too.
Parish.
I love my parish. And I enjoy participating. And I grew up as a Catholic, grew up in the church,
Okay.
and then I always close to the church.
Thank you so much for your witness. What about you, Mr. Masford? Christmas.
Masford.
Christmas is not far away. It's coming
That
next
is,
month.
that's the one that they call preparations for,
Okay.
and they never see.
When I was young, I used to see part of him because I party until 12.
Okay.
We go to
Exactly. Midnight mass. So,
when you come back, you party until
until
12
morning.
o'clock and then you pass on. So you only see a little bit of Christmas.
Exactly.
But me, they have me all the time and they make a show of me, you know.
Oh, that's great.
What I like that.
Wow. Tell me more about your pastoral involvement in the parish.
Well, I did not take too much part in the church in the beginning.
Okay.
I started here in the beginning when we came in 74, 75, somewhere around there. When we had the
Life in the
when we
Spirit.
had, that's right, and the
Life in the
tent,
Spirit,
Yeah.
a life in the spirit.
Okay.
And then I had to go out of town for
Out of St. Croix.
out of St. Croix.
Okay.
So I spent 12 years in Texas, Mississippi, California, doing work as a welder.
Okay.
But all the time I was always taking a little time in church,
Yes.
not too much of it because I had no time.
I see.
And
Because of
then,
the
when I came back here in 89, 88, just before the hurricane.
Oh, really? 89?
88.
88.
And then I came back. And then I still wasn't doing too much in the church business.
Okay.
But then afterwards I said, you see this, I've had enough of work.
Yeah.
I've dieted so many times,
Okay.
died
Yes.
so many times.
Can imagine.
And then you could imagine I was on the freeway in California in 101,
Yeah.
Highway 101, when my car ran out of gas and I start pushing back the car
Oh.
on a 5-lane highway.
Oh my God.
So I know I was dead.
Yeah. You're living there.
You know.
I see.
So, after that I came back home and I decided, well, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Then I become a contractor,
I see.
a building contractor,
Okay.
well, I'd studied that since I was doing welding
Okay.
because I like construction. I like using my hands.
It's a talent and a gift that
So I do that. And since then I've taken partiality in doing things for the church. I do what it has to do. If there's something for him, I do it.
Oh my
I
God.
built his home after the
After the
hurricane.
Oh, you did that. So beautiful now.
Like Deacon said, tell you, I was the engineer on his to make it look like what it is.
Oh, I see.
Both this one and on his house and the office and everywhere.
Thank you very
So
much.
I've been here, and that is the time I knew about our bishop.
That takes me to my next question about the bishop. Deacon Denis, when did you first meet the bishop? Bishop Jerome Frederick.
I've known the bishop all the time.
Yeah.
Because
Can
he
you
has
tell
been
us the year?
the
You
year.
remember?
Because he was our director as the deacon.
So he was still a priest?
Yeah, he was still a priest.
Okay.
Yes, and then he became Monsignor Deron.
Jerome.
And then I've been working with him. I was the director of the diaconate program.
Okay.
Once I became a deacon, after a while, I became.
That was 19, you became a deacon in 2016, you said?
No, 2002.
Oh, 2002. Okay.
202.
202. I see. Interesting.
And then, yeah, since then I've been involved. With the
With the,
bishop.
with the, oh,
Well,
okay.
he was Father Jerome,
Yes,
Monsignor Jerome, and then Bishop Jerome. And before he became the bishop, we were involved.
Okay.
When we were doing retreats for the deacons,
Yes.
he was the one who was instigating all the retreats,
Okay.
along with Father John Mack. But the first person we talk about is Monsieur Kosak,
Okay.
because Monsieur Kosak is the one.
Who is Michael?
Michael,
sir?
yes, he's the one who started all these different programs, all these different.
Yeah, he told me about that yesterday.
And then, yeah, Monsieur Jerome. Now, I was his deacon
Okay.
at the Mass.
Where in St. Thomas?
Yes, for his ordination. I was standing next to him,
Okay, for his Episcopal ordination.
Episcopal ordination. I was there.
I saw you.
Yes, yeah, because that's why I said I thought I met you.
Okay.
When you said no, you watch it
I
online.
watched it online.
Because I read the article that you wrote.
Yes.
I said, what? To me, I'm not judged before.
No, I watched it from beginning to end.
From beginning to
I
end.
transcribed everything that was
Everything,
said.
yes. And Maxwell and I were there. We traveled on the same plane, you know, to go to St. Thomas. Yes.
From here.
From here, yes. So we were engaged in all the activities that were taking place.
Tell me more about the first time you met him. So before you were deacon in 2002,
Yes.
you had known him.
Yeah, I had known him, yes. And then he was a priest.
Okay.
And then when I went to St. Thomas,
Yes.
I spoke with him. And then one day he told me he wants me to serve at the mass. I said, but I didn't come with any investments to serve.
Yes.
He said, okay, follow me. So I followed him.
To the sacristy.
And then to the and then, okay, put this on you, and so on. All right. Now he said, now you're not going to serve with me now, but I have a Monsignor right there, and he's leaving to do so serve with him.
Okay.
So I said, okay, so I served with that Monsignor. So when the mass finished,
Yeah.
I said, okay, thank you, I'm going, because the wife is waiting for me at the hotel.
Yes.
So he said, no, I am going to serve now, and I don't have a deacon, so you are the deacon.
Okay.
I said, okay. So I stayed and I served with him.
I see.
And then we have met on several occasions, yes. When he was doing different missions,
Okay.
because I remember one time Bishop Bovard sent him
Here.
to do some work with Father Simon.
Okay.
So when he reached, he said, Deacon, I'm here right now on a special mission.
Yes.
Pray for me. I said, okay, I'll pray for you. So, yeah, and that's how we started building all the relationships. Yeah, and then, since he became the bishop, I've been on several commissions or committees that he's appointed.
Okay.
When I say, Bishop, I am going to leave right now. I say, no. I have different things in mind for you. So then he started to put me in different committees.
Okay.
And then I get the wife involved in all these committees. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And then, we have been seeing him as the first bishop you see most of the time on Central.
Okay, so it's very visible. It's
Very
always available.
Very visible. Oh,
Okay.
yes. Very visible. All the time.
What other qualities does he have apart from being visible?
Oh, apart from being visible,
Yes.
now he's very patient,
Okay.
very spiritual, and he listens.
Okay.
He listens to people and take into consideration all the things that you say.
Okay.
And that is the one good thing. And he's somebody who's not afraid to tell you what he feels about certain things,
Okay.
and he's not afraid to praise you at any given moment. Yes. He will tell you, okay, I thank you. So, what he's trying to do, he's trying to bring a unity and forgiveness of all the faithful pastors, faithful deacons. He's trying to bring everybody together. So that's one of the very good things.
I see.
Yes.
Thank you. What about you, Mrs.
To tell you the truth, the person who gave me a clear picture of Bishop Joe was my daughter. She told me she taught with him. And she was teaching at St. Peter and Paul.
Okay.
And one of the first things she told me, oh, he would be a good bishop.
Oh, she said it.
Yes, she said that to me.
When was that? Do you remember the year?
She said that to me recently, before they
Before
ordained him as a bishop.
Before the announcement.
Yes. She said he will be a good bishop because I worked with him at St. Peter and Paul School.
Now this is very important what you
Yes.
say. He was announced as a bishop. The announcement was made on the 2nd of March.
Yes, that was before that. She
Do you
mentioned-
remember the month?
Maybe I would say around January or so.
Oh, I see.
Because they are names mentioning, different names after that. She said he
So
will
2 months before.
Yes. And she told me that he is a good listener, he will listen.
Okay.
And as my husband said about him, I personally see he's a bishop who comes to many broken hearted.
Okay.
He has a forgiving heart. He's not just speaking about forgiveness.
doing
needs. It's coming from his heart. And I think his goal is to make the church one, to unite the church.
beginning from St.
So
Thomas.
it's and as you said, we never really see our bishop. He doesn't. We only once in a while when there is like a confirmation and things, so you would see bishop coming around. But with Bishop Jerome, he is making himself more visible, especially on the island of St. Croix, which we need that. Yes, it's very important. And I see he has the diocese at heart to make a difference.
Thank you very much.
And not just a physical difference, but a spiritual difference. Yes.
Thank you so much. We have, I can see Fra Luis there. I would like to invite him to join us. You are highly needed here, Father.
Thank you very much.
So we continue with Mr. Masford Christmas. When did you first meet the bishop, Bishop Joe?
The first time I met him before he was bishop.
Okay, could you give me a call?
And after the hurricane, 2017,
Okay.
I think I met him for the first time through
Father Louis.
Father.
Where was that? Was it here in St. Croix?
Yes, in Croix.
Could you tell us what narrate to us the encounter?
Well, I think we had some between the construction and the coordination of the bookkeeper and the contractor and the between FEMA and local government. It was some coordination, but I didn't know he was a bookkeeper, fellow in the books.
Okay.
But the numbers that he was using, I know in construction what kind of numbers we use, and when he was using, I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Yes.
And I knew he knew what he was talking about.
Wow.
Well, he would listen to you and you know he's listening to you.
Okay.
You know, he is this kind of guy who lets you speak, not interfering with you.
Okay.
And several times I heard him speaking and he would say, well, Mr. Christmas is here between Father saying that Mr. Christmas is here.
Okay.
And you know, he would say, Father one by how you doing?
Okay.
And several times I met him here after that, but it's more or less during the
hurricane.
during the reconstruction.
Reconstruction.
I can say for sure that he's the only one I can say that really visits and take time when he comes, he visits his flock.
Okay.
Because I was wondering whether the Diocese of St. Thomas, as it is known, shouldn't be the Diocese of the Virgin Islands, the Diocese of St. Croix. But then when I looked at it, it was really Diocese of St. Thomas, because that's where the bishop is, that's where he stays.
That's true.
And St. Croix was somewhere else in
That's true.
the back of the book, you know, it was just a parish. And in the parish of the, you know, Africa, you know, and the backwards.
Yeah.
You know, we really need somebody who really visits, who speaks to his flock, who the flock could talk to him. You know, not somebody who just passes. One time you hear he's in Frederickstead, but he's not passing for Christiansted. He's going from St. Thomas to Frederickstead and then back.
You know, Pope Francis mentioned at the beginning of his pontificate that the pastor is the person who has the order of the sheep. That means he's with the flock. He's with the flock.
The flock knows him.
The flock knows him. And
According to the Bible, the flock knows the sheep knows his voice.
right? And in fact, it's a very simple example, right? You see the shepherd there and the sheep.
Yeah.
The shepherd is not there. An enemy can come and kill, a lion can.
Yeah.
So you should be with them to protect them, to guide them.
Yeah.
Okay? And your bishop is doing that.
Oh yes.
Oh wow. I'm so impressed to hear that. What a gift for St. Thomas.
In the Virgin Islands.
For the Virgin Islands. Right now we have a Virgin Island bishop.
Oh my
Not
God.
just St. Thomas.
Not just St. Thomas.
And he has a vision too. I think he has a vision to make the parishes to come together. There was a breakdown in the parishes. I find the parishes, if you're Holy Cross, you're Holy Cross. You're St. Anne's. So, but now his vision is to bring them all together, which is, I think, is a good thing.
Thank you for So let's go to the next question, the appointment as bishop. So you've known him before then. When he was appointed bishop, how did you get the news, Deacon?
Well, that's very interesting because I think the bishop himself called me and told me he's appointed as the bishop.
Oh, wow.
And then Father Louis followed that up, yes.
This shows how close he is to you.
Oh yes, and then Monsieur Kosa called me afterward. He said, you know, Monsieur Jerome is now our bishop. I said, thank you. Yeah, I never disclosed, hey, Father so-and-so said so or
Okay.
so. But the bishop himself had called me, yes. And then Father Louis, always called me and tells me, oh, this is going to happen. Yes, so that was great.
How did you feel?
Oh, I was late. No, this is my bishop.
Your
I really enjoy your sincerity.
Yes, he was happy about
that is my bishop. Anything he asks me to do, you know? And I say, Bishop, you know, I can't see too well, you know. He said, no, you have to help me with this. I said, okay. So I go and get my magnifying glass and all right. I have to see this thing, man. I have to really do it. So I'm there, yes, yeah. So I'm very happy. Yeah, because he makes everybody feel good. Oh, that's brings everybody together.
He's an inclusive.
Everybody. He brings everybody together.
Everybody.
He don't believe that he's up there and you're down there. He believes that we are here. This is where we are. Not he's there. There must be a leader and he knows that he is the leader. But he needs your opinion, his opinion, your direction, and everybody. And it works so easy, you know. It's the kind of guy that we hope that you won't take to Africa with you and let him stay there.
He's coming back with Father. That's why Father is going. He's going with Father. Father will bring him back.
Yes.
That's why I needed Father to be here
coming back.
for the interview.
Yes.
So Mrs. Patricia, tell me, how did you get the news? I know he told you, right?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
I was happy because when you look at it, we have so many priests coming from Africa serving us.
Okay.
And if we can get a bishop, want to reach that, to become a bishop, I think it's a good thing. I think it reversed now because if all these priests coming from Africa, I need the Lord say it is time for us to get a bishop. So I think that was a joyful occasion for us. Yes.
How did you get the news of his appointment?
You know, here with WhatsApp and with all the different.
So who sent you a message?
Different people saying, I heard
wow.
you say.
So the thing was
yes.
hot cake.
Hot cake, everybody, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So it was time.
It was time.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Christmas. How did you get the news?
What's up? He had WhatsApp. Well, my father Louis is my ears.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, my ears.
That's why he's here.
I can do it. Okay. And he now is leading for, I don't know between the two of them who is leading whom.
Okay.
Because they're both inclusive.
And that's very good.
You know, they like to tell you what they feel and let you have a let them have a feedback. They don't like to do it by themselves. They like to take the lead. Okay, what about cutting the road next to the tree and save the tree? How do you feel about it? Then you bring it in and say, well, if you cut this branches there, the tree could save, and you know, and you all.
So there's a negotiation.
Yes. You don't just say, okay, cut the tree and let it stay like that. Or just make this bench and all. He asks questions.
That's very good. You know, that's an African aspect. You know,
No,
African is
no,
not
no,
a
no,
commitment. But I'm happy from Cameroon, it's being special.
Oh, Cameroon.
I want to be general, right? Before
I think I prefer Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll come back. That takes me to my next question. It takes me to my next question on Africa. Mrs. Patricia has talked about the commitment and the steadfastness of Christ from Africa.
Yes.
I would like you to share with me your personal experiences with Christ from Africa. Let me begin with Deacon Denis.
Oh yeah. Well.
Is he the first priest from Africa you met? No, you had met the Bishop Joe as a priest. He was the first African priest.
Which one?
Bishop Joe. No.
Oh, yeah.
You see the first priest from Africa you met?
No, Father Simon.
Simon was the first.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Father
Monsignor.
became Monsignor Mike,
Okay.
but Father Simon.
Yes.
Father Simon came here as a seminarian,
Okay.
and so we met Father Simon.
And he was 22 years old when he came.
When he came,
Young,
he was young, when he came as a
Therefore,
young.
you grow up in this
This
parish.
parish.
Yes.
You went to seminary in Trinidad.
Trinidad, yes.
And they witnessed
Mhm.
his ordination.
Oh,
But
yes.
before his ordination in 93,
Yeah.
Bishop John was ordained already.
Ordained, yes.
Therefore, they saw Bishop John first as a priest.
As a priest, yes.
And
As
Father
a,
Simon after.
afterwards.
Okay.
But Father Simon lived with us here,
I see.
and Bishop Jerome was
Lived
in
there
St.
in
Thomas.
Thomas.
Now you would hardly get the priest from St. Thomas coming over here.
Okay.
But then, yes, then we met, yes. Then after that, is Father Louis
Okay.
as the African priest,
I
yes.
see.
Yes. And then, well, for me, he can't do no wrong.
Okay.
As I told the bishop,
Yeah.
I told the bishop when he said, I'm going to send Father Louis as your pastor.
Okay.
I said, well, I'm happy. In him, I'm well pleased.
Good. You said that.
So I told the bishop, so I said, Bishop, in him,
I'm well pleased.
I'm well pleased. So
Yes.
that is good.
You're very biblical.
Oh yes, I'm well pleased with that. So that is how the relationship, yes, came about, yes. And then the bishop himself,
Yes.
we see him more often, all the time.
Okay.
Now you see the bishop and so on. When you least expect it, the bishop is there.
Okay.
Tomorrow he might be here, you don't know. Then Wednesday he might be here too.
Oh,
Yeah, so.
that's quite admirable.
But he promised that, and he made that promise right there at the pulpit. He said
Yes.
he will try his best to make himself more visible in St. Croix. Yes. He mentioned that. He kept to his, it looked like he started keeping to his promises.
Oh yes.
And he always had priests, you know,
That
from
the
Africa.
church gave you an African priest as a son.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I have Father Jacob. Jacob, I say Jacob, but I say Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, during the storm, 2017,
Okay.
Maria storm. So Father we called me. He said,
When was that? Which year was that?
2017.
2017. Thank you.
2017. So he said, I have a deacon with me.
Listening.
He was a seminarian.
Yes.
Yes, and then he wants us to accommodate it because there was no accommodation.
Okay.
So we said, okay. So the two of us took him in,
Wow.
and then he stayed with me.
Okay.
And we had very interesting conversations and stuff there. And so when we were going to serve, but he was a deacon when he came.
No,
No, he wasn't
was
a deacon,
He
a
was
seminary.
just a seminary.
Yeah, I think that's a year after he became a.
But what I remember is when we were going to serve,
Yes.
I had to give him a stone.
Was that the first time?
The very first time when I met him, and he came back because I had to give him a stone to wear. The
Okay.
two of us were serving with you.
I see.
You are the pastor, and you tell me you have to train him
Okay.
to do the different things. I said, okay. So while we were going, I said, where's your stone? He said, no stone. I said, don't worry. So I said, put this one on. I think it was this same one here.
Okay.
And I had another one.
I see.
So I put the other one on. I said, take this one. This one's already blessed.
Maybe he
So-
came after that.
Yes, that's just after the
He was a
diaconate
deacon.
ordination.
That's correct.
Yeah, he was a
deacon.
deacon. He was a deacon. I
Okay.
remember.
He was
Oh,
already a
yeah.
deacon.
He was already deacon. I remember. I gave him the stone.
Yes.
And then we came to serve.
Interesting.
So whilst we were serving, all right, so he took when Father gave us the cup, the chalice, so he took it because he was practicing. So I remember after Mass, I said, Deacon, listen, when you see Father lift up the hose,